Dude.
Yeah, baby. We're back.
I have to hit it off hot because this just reminded me of something. Today I was using a Rodecaster 2. So overrated. Like, this thing, so much better. Like, I would rather have this 100% of the time.
I remember when the one thing I wanted in life that I thought would fix all my problems was a Rodecaster.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even podcasting back then. I just wanted one.
I mean, only reason I would really use it is like music these days for like live.
I for real was going to start a podcast just because I wanted the Rodecaster. And honestly, that's what happened with this podcast is I wanted, I don't know.
Yeah. And by live, I mean like live recording, not performing live.
Right.
But
my big thing is going to be like, I was thinking about it yesterday. So we've been experiencing some growth with the podcast. Thank you,
just a little
bit. Not thank you to us, because honestly, we haven't really changed anything we're doing.
I mean, honestly, what's been made me more happy than that is just we're still getting like the same amount of comments, but less hate comments. Come on.
Yeah, for real. So thank you guys for that. But the one thing I was thinking about is we will eventually probably have one or two people on staff, probably two. And with that being said, we can probably do more content and live stuff.
Yeah.
Which would be so fun. Like a live stream.
Yeah. Like that, but also just like more producing like YouTube videos, if you will.
Right. By the way, the photo contest is still in the works. We're still looking for a sponsor. It's only been 1 week.
I actually had an idea for that.
Who?
We can just flesh it out on the podcast.
Let's
I was
do it.
thinking we reach out to like small Dallas magazines and ask
good
them
idea.
to sponsor it, and the winner gets on the next issue's cover.
Cover's a bold thing, but maybe like a whole page with an article.
That's true, yeah.
Then we could do an article about
because the
podcast.
cover would have to be like it'd have to fit whatever they're doing,
Right.
And I'm sure everyone's
the
gonna be doing
month.
a lot of genres. So
Yeah, that's difficult. Yeah, but I mean, we've been looking for sponsors. Also, if anyone watching this wants to sponsor the photo competition,
I mean, yeah, just a quick
hit us up.
look into our analytics. We're averaging just under 2 million views a month.
A month, yeah.
Which, when I pitch that to people, I usually say over 1.5 instead of right under 2 because I think it sounds better. But do you think that's good or no?
Yeah, I think that's great.
Like, would you rather say because I think our exact number
Well, I
is close to
think
1.8.
No, I think we are over 2 though, because we hit 900,000 just this
You're
month
right.
just on Instagram.
So we definitely are. But in theory, though, when you're pitching yourself, or if someone's pitching to you, would you rather hear like, does it sound better in your brain to hear just under 2 million or over 1.5? Like
just
like
under
saying,
2.
Really? I think I would rather hear over.
I
Because
think
like
it's
over
more
makes
humble.
it sound.
I think it's more humble.
Yeah.
But okay, so my thing, this brings up a good point. The professional dashboard on Instagram, never in my wildest dreams did I think I'd really see that thing blow up like it did. But it makes me wonder about the big accounts on Instagram, what their professional dashboards are looking like.
Insane.
But they're also not posting every day.
Yeah.
So like that's my question is like, what's the secret to Instagram? Because to me, it's posting every day
That's what I think it is.
and posting consistently.
I was just watching oh my gosh, who's that new up and coming YouTuber? His name's like Jack something. He just hit 1 million.
Jack Doherty?
No.
I hate that guy.
No. Jack McIntyre, maybe?
Jack Mac?
I don't know.
Is
Maybe.
from Barstool?
No.
Oh.
He's like shaggy hair. He looks like Shaggy. I don't know. Anyways, he's just randomly shit in my feed, and like I was like kind of started watching some of his stuff, and he made this one video where he's like making a hit song to prove it's not luck.
I have seen that guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you get to the end of the video, and he only got like 300 listens, but he like still posted it, and it got like 6 million views because everyone's like, oh my gosh,
that's great.
The preview is like 6 million views on YouTube. Like him like just experimenting with the song, and he only got it to 300 listens on Spotify.
Wait, I'm so
So then he posted the YouTube video, and then on Spotify it got like over 500,000. But he was trying to say without using any fame, any like just starting from ground zero.
Wow. That's so really good.
It is, yeah. In 30
That
days.
shows Spotify's algorithm is pretty robust because if it's pushing out content like that, that means a lot of people are using the searching features.
Yeah. Well, I mean, his strategy was he did YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, and TikToks 2 a day for 30 days.
Dang, that's
just
good.
using that song and tried to come up with the most viral things he could.
I have seen that guy. And here's my thing about musicians. So I'm working with one currently. And I think that one of the biggest things that you can do to screw yourself over is make the same content about the same song over and over and over again. I think it's kicking yourself in the butt because
I think you have to make like lots of content about the same song.
About the same song, but not the same content about the same song.
Unless you like have proven that it works.
But proving that it works for short term with a song like that is not the same
Like
as
look
making
at
something good.
Forrest Frank, like the bit that he does where he's like has the headphones on. He's like, if you're sad, come put these on. Does good every single time.
But that's different because he's using different songs. What you don't want to see is
no, but like when he drops a new song, he probably drops 5 of the same reel, just 5 different people. Same song though.
What I continually see is people, when you scroll through their feed, it's the same song over and over. Same thing.
Well, usually artists
it's
are only dropping
people-
one song at a
And
time.
it's people lip syncing. So it's like, okay, next time, like, start each video differently. That way when people are scrolling through your feed, they're not seeing.
Yeah, and that's also just A/B testing. You're going to see what does best.
But that's the thing with us is you have this idea of, and I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying I'm right either. You have this idea of, oh, well, if we start each video the same, people will come to realize, like, oh, it's those guys, which is working. It does work. But at the same time, when people scroll through our entire feed, which I know they do, because you can see, like, it'll do like 40 likes in a row, which is awesome. Like the amount of people who've reached out to us and are like, hey, just love the podcast because of the laid back nature of it and it's so watchable. That makes my heart so warm. Especially some dude called us out in the DMs. He was like, I also have ADHD. I just love your podcast. I was like, dude, chill out. Like, I do not have ADHD. Like, relax. But, yeah, stuff like that is really making me happy. But it's all about, like, people keep asking me about, like, strategy behind social media. And I think the strategy is just setting yourself apart. So, like, font choices.
100%.
Like, color.
People a lot of times roast us. They're like, oh my gosh, y'all think y'all are being different. Y'all are just in the podcast scene. But also, there's not a podcast, and I'll say that does content the way that we do content.
Or looks like us.
That's what I'm saying. Like our font was this. Like we probably took hours to choose our
It took
font.
6 hours. I remember.
Yeah.
Because we were at your house for so long that day, and it was driving me up a wall. Because that was the day that we got your fly cam rig.
Yeah.
And so we were at your house for so long, getting nothing done. But also, we did get stuff done because we picked Myanmar Light, which was like the best font
It's like
choice.
Myanmar in bold.
Oh, yeah, not light. Yeah. So, like, there's things like that where you have to really lock in. I thought the other day that I found this font that would work across the board for an artist I'm working for, but it only works as a thumbnail for his reel. And you know why it is? Because his name doesn't look good spelled out in the font. So, like, there are things like that where it's like, oh, the average mom or dad or person, that's kind of what I go off of.
Yeah.
Is the average mom or dad going to be like, oh, of course.
Yeah, I get like when we chose the fonts at this law firm, I was like choosing them, and like all the names look good. We've since then hired someone whose name starts with a Z. I never used a Z in the font.
Right.
Horrendous looking. I was doing business cards, and I was like, wow, that sucks for you, bud.
Now you can't, like, you either have to backtrack and go to square one, or you're like,
he just has to deal with it. Like,
yeah,
sorry.
exactly. So that's the big issue of everything is like, I remember you spelling out our name in both those fonts, and we were like, okay, that does look good. The funniest thing about the process of picking our fonts to me was that they didn't match at all. But they match.
Yeah.
So it makes no sense to me.
Well, yeah, I will say our thumbnail font is probably my favorite font in the world.
I use it a lot for different stuff.
I love it.
It's a good one, which is so funny because you think, like, I'm not really. If you know the font or font name, that doesn't really something that I relate to. You know,
Huh?
like American Captain.
Yeah.
It's not really my vibe. You know, I'm not really an American captain.
Captain, just set sail.
Well, also, less about that, more it's so militaristic, which is the complete opposite of my vibe.
Yeah, but also you would think it wouldn't be like. I feel like most fonts you can like hear it and be like, it's probably gonna look something like this. That's not what I would think American Captain would look like.
To me, it is.
Really?
Or American Captain would be like.
Actually, it does kind of give Captain America.
Oh,
Do you think that's
see,
what it
that
is?
might be where it comes from.
I think it actually
big
might
Winter
be.
Soldier guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's the thing. Font choices are a huge thing across social media. The other thing is building out your grid is something that's super important. Right now,
I think it's the same font or like similar. Yes, right? Like the.
Oh my gosh, that is
I
it.
think it is.
We use the Captain America font.
That's so tough.
That's hilarious. That's tough as a good thing? Or?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Like it was tough. Like yeah.
No way.
That is crazy.
We're using the Captain America font.
That's awesome.
Fair enough. Okay, well now you know our secret. Secret's out that we didn't even know was a thing. So I've been fighting this battle with this client currently of like, okay, well, are you spamming? Is it good work versus trying to fill the grid? So have you followed the guy that I'm working for yet?
Yeah.
So like, we post a photo every 2 days. So like, there is some level of like, oh my gosh, she's posting just to post. But
It
also,
is. I will say, like, filling out the grid though, like, sometimes you have to just like get the look and then the quality. Not the saying that what you're posting is not quality, but like,
well, we're also in a waiting season because his voice has been gone until tomorrow is the first day that we're ready to sit down and make some
Yeah.
TikToks. So the account's gonna skyrocket after tomorrow.
and but that's, yeah, I will say that's even how it is, because like when we first started this podcast and we had one post, that post is basically doomed to fail, because until you have at least 9, like, so people are gonna go to that page and be like, oh, like,
Yeah,
this-
and like if you look at the difference of the feed now versus like, I mean, I guess you wouldn't have seen it 2 weeks ago, but like 2 weeks ago it looked like total garbage, and now it's like, see, so 2 weeks ago it looked like that.
yeah,
Now it looks like that. So like, while it's not perfect,
way better.
There's
than it
still
because
a
originally it's just like his high school stuff.
but it's also a variety of content now, which is great. So like, you have videos, and now there's gonna be almost every other post will be a video.
and you're gonna always stay with the white border.
Yeah, I think so, because with Instagram changing their sizing so much, this is another thing that like graphic designers across the board are having to deal with right now, is the 3x4 or 4x3 and then the 4x5 aspect ratios on Instagram.
It's different on laptops and phones. It's
Yeah.
killing me.
Yeah, that's really bad. Like, that whole thing is single-handedly bringing down a lot of people's like creative work, because it's like, okay, all of a sudden I have to double think, because if they made it 4x5 and 4x5, but they made it 4x3 and 4x3, so like, or 3x4 and 4x5, so like, instead of making them both the same, they decided just to mess up and do 2 different ones. Now, I'm not saying to change it, because now I've locked it in, but I miss the old days of the squares,
Yeah.
because then it was like, okay, perfect. You can, and what they really did right on Reels was you can like, not only can you scrub to pick your thumbnail, of course, you should be able to do that, but you can zoom in and out of the picture
Oh, really?
that ends up being the thumbnail and drag the frame around until you get the perfect selection that you want.
See, I think I'm pro always upload a thumbnail now. And
I am now,
I've
yeah.
considered like making a second thumbnail just for YouTube Shorts, but I haven't committed to the bit 'cause it's a lot more effort. But
Okay,
like
hear me out though.
YouTube Shorts thumbnails,
The
are
most important thumbnails of the whole
yes,
algorithm.
like because no one will see
across
it.
any website. YouTube Shorts, the title is so important. It's not even funny. Then the thumbnail on top of that, like,
But I think there's a template that I have in mind, basically, where it's like I'm gonna put us or one of us at the bottom, and then whatever we're talking about, a picture of that at the top,
Yeah.
and then put the captions right on the line in between, like whatever the title I want it to be.
that's smart.
That looks like it's just like a caption, and then I think that's gonna perform way better.
Yeah.
I just haven't committed to actually making it.
Because thumbnails on YouTube Shorts don't do well. It's like, it has to be like a fake thumbnail, you know?
Yeah.
And then titles on YouTube Shorts are literally so important, it's not even funny.
Titles on YouTube videos, but YouTube Shorts as well.
Because the way that it suggests you YouTube Shorts is so good for big accounts, but
Yeah.
it's so bad for small accounts that are getting started and don't know what they're doing. Because when I look at YouTube Shorts, I'm like, oh, look, a Dude Perfect video. I know Dude Perfect.
Yeah.
They have a good title. I'm interested to see,
What it
okay,
is.
why is this the most important football in
Yeah.
the NFL? Like titles like that, where it's like the most blank of the blanks. Like, that is a peak YouTube Short thumbnail title. It's like the best mic in the whole world, or this lens puts other lenses to shame, or this is the only lens you'll ever need.
Yeah.
Titles like that, where it's like, wait, are you serious? This has got to be a gimmick, but like, it wraps you in. That's the perfect idea. Like, the one light you could get away with for everything. Like, titles like that will always do good on YouTube Shorts, because it's like, wait, are you serious? And because it's a short, people are going to naturally click on it because they know, oh, this will be like under a minute or so.
Yeah.
So, kind of helps. The amount of YouTube Shorts that I've scrolled past just because like it has a odd frame
Yeah.
as the thumbnail, and I'm like, what? So
Sometimes they get me though.
also new hack. I got a cold brew before this, so I'm not gonna be yawning the whole time.
Let's
Probably.
go.
I'm dialed.
I ate like 15 Nutter Butters, so.
He's gonna fall into a food coma.
All right, let's get into some topics.
Yeah, some juicy topics.
How long did we go for? Like 15?
15 minutes,
Come
dude. That's
on.
insane. Also, they need to figure out a way to turn the screen brightness up on this. I think there is a way, but I just need to do it.
Okay, this guy's saying that Sony cameras overheat, but I don't think Sony cameras overheat.
I've seen Sony cameras overheat.
Really?
It's not nearly as bad as Canon. Oh. I'm yawning now. I think with the rise of the A6000 series, more people are prone to overheating because they're just pushing that camera to its wit's end.
If we were to rank camera systems by how good their autofocus is, how would you rank them?
Sony number 1, Canon number 2, Nikon I'm sorry. I left off a huge one. Sony, Lumix, Canon, Nikon, then
Fuji?
Fuji. Yeah, Fuji's autofocus is not that great.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
Nikon has gotten a lot better.
Oh, it has. The new
Yeah.
the Z camera has really good
Like,
autofocus.
especially, I considered putting Nikon above Canon just for wildlife, but I think I would still put Canon because of eye tracking on humans.
Canon's new software where you can program in faces, that is a game changer.
Yeah.
And the eye tracking
Yeah.
that's like untapped.
Yeah.
Because on the R1, I believe, you can track it with your eye like a freaking helicopter can. Like
Yeah.
there's like the Army has like helicopters that have guns on the bottom, and they have like an eye tracking module. You can track
Did you
it.
see the floating orb recently?
I don't watch the news. No.
Oh my gosh, you have to
Pull it up.
Y'all, wait, this is like a current event that we have to address. Floating metal orb UFO.
Do you want to hear something whack in the meantime?
Yeah.
So, actually, I'll save this because, one, you Googled that faster than I've ever seen anyone Google something. And two, it's kind of a crazy topic.
I don't know if there's actually a video of it.
Narcissist tests? LO. I should take that.
I was a reel I saw. Maybe it wasn't real, but it was
It probably was AI.
legitimate. It probably was.
I got to show you this AI video I saw on TikTok.
Okay.
That it nearly got me. And which is so sad because it was the most outlandish video of all time.
Okay, but like I was just talking to someone about this today. I feel like in the past 2 weeks, AI has taken a huge jump in image and video generation.
It has. I don't know how.
In like 2 weeks. I don't know. I can't explain it.
Maybe they're feeding it more water or something.
Dude, like I saw a video of this one. There's like they just took a picture of someone and they like make him like do a skateboard. And like obviously it wasn't perfect, but
I
like
saw that.
it was really good. And then
Wait,
there was,
they made the man into a skateboard, or they made him skateboard?
like make him skateboard.
I saw that one.
And I was like I can tell, but like a little bit better than I would be able to.
yeah, I think I saw
And it
that
like
one.
has his face and everything. Then I saw another one. They took they had AI generate a picture of a cruise ship, and then they took that AI picture, put it back in AI, and they said, "No, make this look like an iPhone took it." I'm not even kidding. I literally thought it was an iPhone.
Dude,
photo.
so there was like a plane crash or something 2 weeks ago that was real, and I thought it was AI because of the way that they camera shake was.
yeah,
And it turned out to be real, which made no sense because go watch Corridor Crew's video on how to tell if something's AI or not. But they basically prove like if you want to do camera shake in post, film a video on an iPhone tracking like a sticky note or something with like a bullseye in the middle of it, and then that'll mimic like your perfect actual hand camera movement because there's really not much camera shake like plugins that you can add that are good enough to replicate the randomness of the humans. So I'm going to show you this video real quick because it'll literally take me 2 seconds to find. Indian plane arrives in London. Yeah, okay. Wait, what? Oh, they must have taken it down. Oh, it's gone. Yeah, it's gone.
boxed.
But honestly, that's kind of nice because now I don't have to overlay it onto the podcast. But okay, here's what I was gonna tell you. This is crazy. So I've been shooting so much film recently. Like, I think I've shot 11 rolls in the past, like, month. So that's a lot. Like, for someone who's a digital camera shooter and a video shooter at that, a lot of film photography. That being said,
So when are you going to develop your own film?
that is another thing. Because Goodman Film, they're fast, but they're not that fast.
Are they stealing a bag from you?
Well, my client pays for it.
Okay.
So it's not like, no.
Not bad. Okay.
I think I'm going to get the X100VI,
Film camera?
but for work.
Film camera?
No,
I
the
don't know what that is. Oh, the Fuji.
the Fuji.
It looks like film, but not film?
Yeah, the film emulation camera, but I'm going to get it for work. Isn't that weird?
That is weird.
Because, like, that's
that has to be a fun camera.
that's supposed to be the fun
You'll
camera.
never have fun ever again if you use like R6 and that for work.
But I use my Olympus and my Polaroid for work right now, and it's still fun when I take it out.
It's true. I mean, yeah. I don't know. I think that's awesome, by the way. But yeah,
The price did go up because of the tariffs, though. Have you seen the difference in the prices because of the tariffs now?
Nuh-uh.
They're getting bad. The DJI released their prices for Canada versus the U.S. The DJI Osmo is like $200 less in Canada, which is insane because everyone knows that Canada stuff is more expensive.
100%.
Like, you ever been to the book fair?
It should technically just be. Oh, I guess I just ship it, but.
That's when you just drive up to Canada, buy it, free
Yeah.
trip to Canada.
Facts.
Because, like, think about it. If you live close enough to Canada, the gas will pay itself.
Yeah, but not for us.
Not for us. But if we go on, like, JetBlue or whatever, the plane ticket would pay for itself.
Yeah.
So, honestly,
That's
we
true.
Yeah. Also, dude, did you see that DJI or Hasselblad? They're kind of one and the same now. They're, like, mixing, you know?
I didn't know that.
I went to the flagship store in London. Pretty sick. They had, like, a disassembled, like, I don't know, their flagship camera, the XDC 100H or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So they released a camera, or are releasing a camera with LiDAR in it. It's the first camera ever.
That's cool.
Like integrated LiDAR Hasselblad.
That would be cool.
So like you'll now have a Hasselblad with crazy autofocus, which
Yeah.
is really hard because it's such a big sensor.
Yeah.
So
That's actually awesome.
like I've never been like, oh wow, DJI, like I love you. One, because their mics, the audio quality sucks. And two, I'm not a user of the Osmo because the sensor's so small, and also everyone uses it, so therefore it's ruined because you can tell what it is.
Yeah.
The action cameras, though, insane, obviously. But now I might kind of hop on the DJI train because of that LiDAR camera. That thing's
awesome.
nuts.
Yeah, so I told Court recently I'm jumping on the Blender train because I feel like
Explain Blender to those who don't know
so
what it is.
Blender is basically, I mean, it's a software that can basically do like almost anything.
Yeah, it's an 3D animation software.
Yeah, and
So go if you want a good reference, go watch the movie Flow.
incredible movie.
I need to buy it on.
Have you seen it
on
or
a
no?
disc? I watched it. I tried to.
It's unbelievable.
This is actually really sad. I was gonna watch it on the plane with Morgan, but it's about a flood, and it was right after that thing happened, so she wouldn't let me watch it. So I haven't seen it yet, but that was entirely made in Blender by what? One guy?
Mm-hmm. I think he had help. But
He had a team, maybe.
Yeah.
But like,
it wasn't his first one, but
really?
yeah, he's
Was
made
this-
a ton of short films.
Oh, good. I need to go watch his
But
stuff.
yeah, he was basically made completely in Blender, and then I was like, now that I've started getting into the Blender world, I've realized that it's like this side of creatives like I have never dealt with before.
Right.
And there's like they have their own memes and all this stuff. It's like Blender like has used Flow for like all of their ads now.
Oh,
It's
I
just
bet. Yeah.
unbelievable. But like it's so cool when you just get to see like what people are creating, and it's like to me, I still think photography is probably more accessible than 3D animation would be.
Well, so like, if you have no friends though, starting out Blender.
That's what the reason I really wanted to do it is like, dang, I feel like I write so many stories and like I don't ever go out and film them because casting, like I don't want to do that. Like dealing with people. I was like, oh great, well if I just learn how to animate, even if it's like not the best animation in the world, I can still start making these.
Which
and
is
get better
why,
at it.
at the end of the day, stop motion will always be the best platform for storytelling.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, because you can do the quality off rip. Doesn't matter what camera you have. You have good lights. Like, bro, I'm talking not even good lights. If you have decent lighting, you don't even have to have good lights because you can freaking like lamp everything. And because you're doing stop motion, you can put your shutter speed at like 1 whole minute, you know, and still get a good shot. So technically, you don't even have to have that good of lighting. And then on top of that, your image is automatically like 8K because cameras are insane now.
What's actually crazy though is like if I get good enough at Blender, I could put our podcast like on the moon.
You should.
Like it would actually be like crazy.
You should just input a shot right now. But here's the thing with Blender. My favorite thing that it's doing is it's taking the industry of what's it called? Video essays on YouTube, completely revolutionizing it. Because all of a sudden you have. Also, I'm wearing my staff badge right now. I hope no one sees it. It's taking the world of video. What's it called? Essays. And animating them. So now all of a sudden, all these history videos, all these videos about serial killers, true crime, ghost videos, they all like heists, videos about cyber warfare. They all have matching storylines.
And you would also be shocked at how much you see on YouTube is made in Blender.
Yeah.
Like
if you want the best example of a account using Blender, go look up Fern, Fern, like the plant. They make the best video essays completely made in Blender.
But even for me, like just motion graphics, like what I'm realizing is like, dude, I could do this in Blender way easier than I could do it in After Effects.
Oh, 100%. Because After Effects is so much keyframing. Blender is like you can have it do a plugin that'll like help transition something.
And so it's really cool because too I could take a picture of my room, put it in Blender, and now I can easily animate within my room if I want to. And so it's like the amount of technology that crosses over, which I was saying like, do I think that 3D animations like requires more of a buy-in than photography? Maybe, because you need a good PC, which I'm just going to get a Mac Mini M2. You need an iPad and an Apple Pencil, which I have a decent iPad. And then if you want to import images, I would say get a nice camera. But you don't have to. You can just draw it. I suck at drawing, so I'm planning on importing a lot.
Why wouldn't you just take it on your phone?
Yeah, I mean, you could, but I feel like if you want... Yeah, I mean, yeah, actually, you're usually just using it for, like, dots to get the basic layout.
Yeah, like a Gaussian splatter or whatever.
You could. Yeah. But if you want to put, like, high-quality video into it, you would need a higher camera.
So, my biggest question right now is... So, there's been a lot of edits going around. There's specifically one by... I think it was Tri Delta at... this is an impressive video. It was a... Do you know what Tri Delta is? It's just a sorority. Yeah, so... I believe Alabama Tri Delta released it like a movie straight up, and their editor was insane. I don't know if it was one person. Did
they hire someone or someone in it made it?
I believe they hired someone. It was definitely made by a man. I could tell. There was well, no. So just the way that guys and girls tell stories, completely different. You could tell that it was scripted by a guy just because the things that the girls were saying on the phone weren't necessarily things that, you know,
a girl would say. And like also you could tell there's some level of uncomfortability when a woman is performing on camera for a man versus a woman to a woman, which is like very fair. That's why Greta Gerwig's movies are the way they are. They're like, that's why Little Women was the hit it is, because she's a girl's director, and so therefore she's going to get a better performance out of female actors. Like that's the bottom line. So he implemented so many good shots built out in After Effects where it's that they take the shot and they like bring like, you know what I'm talking about, where the camera like it does his insane camera moves. Like like the full rotation.
Yeah, how is that even possible? Because it's not a hyperlapse.
I'm honestly not entirely. I mean, he could have had it on an arm.
I gotta pull it up.
I need to see it, but I was looking at that. What's been interesting to me is like, have you seen like where they start like outside of the Earth and then come in and like they're like they go through the clouds and then they transition into a drone shot.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what I was trying to figure out how because they're definitely layering multiple images on top of each other to get into it, but I haven't figured out exactly how.
So this. Oh, so they are. They are just pulling. Okay.
I think it's on and yeah.
They're just gimbaling and covering the entire car, and then they just. Okay, that's so interesting. So so if you don't know what I'm talking about, look up like kind of car edits is a good way to find them. Look up After Effects car edits, and that should bring up some. But where they like bring it in, bring it out, flip, like almost like a robot camera arm.
Yeah.
Like MKBHD uses.
Yeah.
But dude, like that's so advanced.
It looks cool.
And the amount of time that it takes to get that, which clearly you can do some insane image stabilization, because that looked like doo-doo garbage
It's
out
got
of
to be
camera.
on a gimbal, yeah.
Yeah, doo-doo garbage out of camera, which makes me feel a lot more confident because my shots out of camera look a lot better than a lot of people, one, in my age group, and two, in my price range. But my editing is trash compared to them. So my storytelling might be there, my visual mediums might be there, my audio editing might be there, but their editing all around way better than me.
Yeah, just incredible.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's the bottom line. I've been focusing too much on getting stuff into camera for so many years, which is a good thing, because maybe that's where I'm going to niche down to at the end of the day, is storytelling and getting it into the camera, and then maybe send it off to someone after for editing, which wouldn't be a bad thing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, honestly, that's the dream, I feel like. Because, like, we have a lot of plans on what we want to do, like, with the channel. But I would ultimately love to get down where we shoot it and then, like, have an editor that just does it for me. Like,
Well, I think a big thing that we have in our pocket is our theater background. Because with talking on camera, like, everyone always talks about, which this is the nicest comment we get, is, like, our camaraderie on the podcast is a huge reason why people listen, which is super sweet.
yeah.
And that's not tooting our own horn. It's just we don't have much else going for us in terms of like our content's okay, our like subjects are okay, the flow of the podcast is okay, but like the camaraderie and the talkability, like,
and just like the way to
the chemistry,
people just want to like relax and just, you know.
So that's kind of what we have in our back pocket. So I want to pull more of that out. So like the more that we don't have to make this a chore, the more that will come out, and the more we can integrate our audience in the podcast, which is the end goal. Like the end goal is to make this a more community-based podcast, which is why we want to do more community engagement stuff with the photo contest, like, you know,
100%.
So I think we're heading in a really good direction off rip, which is so fun, because we haven't even hit a year of this podcast. And I'm already like,
crazy.
It's so satisfying just looking back. I was telling Luke, like, it literally makes me super emotional. Like, I could tear up right now. Looking every single time the background changes on Instagram, that's a week of our lives.
And you know what's crazy? Like, in 10 years, if we have kids, within 50 years and we're dead, if, assuming this podcast goes that long, they can literally, will have, like, infinite, like, just like
infinite
random
clip farming of us for the funerals.
Like, from like when we were 23, like that's like low-key crazy to me.
Yeah,
which I guess like that's just like everyone with social media now. Like your kids always get to look back on look through your whole life on your social media. But
except for people who make bad decisions online,
that'll do it.
Then it'll be really embarrassing for them.
Then they just go to jail.
For what? Yeah, so I mean, I think the end game for the podcast is we want it to be more viewer oriented, but then also I would like it to be show based, so like less on a whim content eventually, and more like solid. Like,
would you want to like literally like have a set with a producer and run it live?
I love live content.
I do too.
I've always loved live content. I mean, you know, you love live content because I know who you have wanted to work for in the past. So, I mean, just like the fundamentals of having a live show. I ran a live show for an hour for beach camp when it was rained out, and we had to pivot. And I was like, dude, this is my time to shine. Yeah. So I wrote out like a whole thing for an Instagram live show, and we did an hour of it. And it was generally a hit and extremely well received. So like stuff like that, where it's like, okay, like the pressure's on, you got to lock in, and it's not like you can just show up unprepared. Which
but the thing
honestly
is, like,
we do on the podcast.
You can still have a laid-back live show. Like, look at Pat McAfee.
Right.
Like,
well, so that's the thing. When you bring in those producers, when you bring in those people who can schedule stuff for you, when you bring in the added help of, like, scheduling, making sure, like, your time's locked in. Like, one of the reasons we can be so laid back on the podcast is the way that we schedule it.
Yeah.
That is helpful. Like, I don't think you realize how much it plays into it. Because, honestly, I do all of the scheduling for the podcast, which is great because that allows you to make reels better.
Yeah, we have very distinct roles.
Yeah. So, I mean, adding more people in who can have distinct roles and do their lane as well as possible is going to be a good
crazy.
thing.
Like, I'm sure I will release reels one day, but like it will be like someone will have to pry my hands off of like.
Well, yeah, and that's a good thing because like you've created this baby that is our social media accounts. That is like a very, like, it is the lifeblood of the podcast.
Like,
it's not like it's not like someone can just come in tomorrow and take that.
Yeah.
No, we talked about it last episode. Like, if you can show us that you can recreate our entire social media account, we'll hire you.
Yeah.
Like, it's just that simple. Like, it's not like a thing of, oh, this is like my pride and joy. Like, yeah, you love it. But at the end of the day, if your vision's still being put out there, that's all that matters.
Yeah. And yeah, I do think there are like little, like, I don't know.
And the second you have kids, you're not going to want Skylar being like, sorry, honey, daddy's making reels right now.
I think it might end up turning into, though, that I might send timestamps and be like,
well, so that's normal.
as long as they don't hate me like they when I still want to give like them freedom and stuff, but you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the goal is to hire someone who's capable enough to know, like,
yeah,
these are the reels that we want.
I genuinely do think it like that's like a skill within itself, is being able to go through a podcast and being like, this moment right here is gonna work.
Yeah,
and like you can go through our podcast,
and unfortunately, that has come with what 10, 11 months of
trial
practice.
and error, literally. Like you can, I was gonna say, you can like go through and see like, oh wow,
dare I say failure?
Miss
10, 11
miss,
months of
miss,
failure.
Miss, and then you see like a couple hits, and now I would say probably you can't go 5 without getting at least 1 hit.
Well, that is also the nature of the algorithm, is like it does reward consistency, which is the biggest thing. For all you people out here who are like, oh, I suck, whatever. No, you don't. You're just not consistent.
It also is just like, look at what works and do it. Like today, I added on that iPhone 16. Today, I posted on Instagram. I let it up for 2 minutes, and I was like, no, I have to change it. I deleted the post, went back in,
added the
I'll show you. I'll pull up the original right now and what I added to it. So, just because it was too slow of a start. So this was the original. Wait, hold on. This is the original. I tried to take some footage that I shot on an iPhone 16.
That's way too slow.
I posted that. Then I took it down to the.
That's way better. See, so like
it's just those little changes.
He cut off. I mean, that cut off an entire second
because
and a half.
I stuttered, and I was like, oh, it's a stutter. Like no one really cares. And I was like, no, but like that 1 second's all I have them for. So it's like, I had to cut it out.
Yeah, because I mean, generally with Instagram, like if people are, which we are blessed to have people who like to repost.
Yes.
On their stories, like that is so kind. Like having an audience who's like, oh, I love this content enough to share it to my story. So like maybe we do have half a second when someone's swiping the story to get their attention, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But like, look at that. Like, what did we have? We had one that hit like 500 story shares. So that's 500 new people that are like, well, not even that, way more than that.
And how many people follow?
That we have, we have this instant second of their time. Let's make it worth it. So like that's kind of the fun thing. And then people will be like, oh, well, it's just a podcast. Or they hold us to such a high standard. It drives me up a wall because you guys flip back and forth so hard on, oh, well, you guys are just doing a podcast too. Oh, your set sucks. Well, it's just a podcast.
Yeah.
You know?
Or they're like, go create something. You're just doing a podcast. Bro, like this page is a podcast. Like, yeah.
Yeah, like I'm sorry that on our podcast page that we're posting podcast clips. Hate to do it.
Like eventually it'll have more. But right now, like, hey, we have found something that works and we're going to ride this thing until we can grow it more. And like that's the process of just like any business or any brand. It's just like, hey, it's slow baby steps. And like if you had told me we were going to be here
oh my gosh, dude! If you had told me this 3 years ago, I mind blown.
Well, it's because like this has been like our dream since we were like high schoolers.
Yeah.
And like, also like you look at like the amount of times you start and fail. Like this is probably our fourth.
Yeah.
Our
fourth real attempt. Yeah.
And like, even when we started that first one, I was like, the first episode of this podcast, I was like, man, like,
you were a hater at the beginning.
I was like, is this gonna work? Like, what are we gonna do? And we just kept doing it over and over. And like, if it wasn't fun, like if we weren't like good friends, I don't think it would have worked.
No, it wouldn't work. Yeah.
Because like, I was like, at the end of the day, even if this doesn't work, I'm getting to just talk and like have fun with my best friends. So like, okay.
Right. Yeah, which is a good point because it's really hard. You do have to draw a line in the sand of like, okay, what is work and what is having a good time. And for me, honestly, like, it doesn't really feel like work.
Yeah.
Like it's hard for my fiance and his wife to be like, oh, well, this isn't necessarily work, but it also is work. Because, like, we value it differently based on the day. It's like, okay, some days you got to clock in, you got to do your job. And other days it's like, oh, great, we get to go to Luke and Skylar's or come to our house and just hang out. So, like, there's a balance of that. And I think that's a hard thing for photographers is to find like the work-life balance is because one, you're so passionate about what you're creating. Then it's like when people come in and try and like adjust or make revisions, it's like, dude, screw you. That's my art.
Yeah. And that's the thing too, was like with work.
Also, I think your wife's burning the dinner right
yes,
now.
I can kind of smell. Smells a little funky. Well, that's the thing with work too. Like I feel like you always have to make sure that as any creative job that you're doing, like you're going to have fun. I mean, there's always going to be things you don't like, but have fun with your work.
Right.
And an example would be like, so I shot a wedding a little while ago, did not charge enough money. And the entire time I was editing that, I was like, oh, frick this. Like I was so mad 'cause, like I didn't feel like I'd gotten what I deserved. And so then someone else reached out and I had increased my prices significantly. And they're like, oh, well, we thought we were going to get a price similar to this person. And I was like, honestly, like, sorry, no, like, it's genuinely not worth my time because I'll literally hate my life if I let you have it at that price. And so I turned it down because, like, I knew I wouldn't enjoy it as much.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, like, it was really hard for me pricing my last client because I was like, okay, do I price them based off what I usually price, or do I price them less because it's recurring income, or do I price them less because I'm enjoying the job?
Yeah.
So like it was a hard call. And also the more difficult thing that adds to the pricing is, okay, now I have a family.
Yeah.
So it's like, great, I got to keep in mind my time is not just my time anymore. It's also Morgan's time. So that all goes into pricing now. And it's like, okay, well, if you want cheap, easy, fast, dude, go find a single dude somewhere who's willing to do it. And if you don't have that, you can't really complain as much, you know? Like, there's a reason, like, people with kids have to charge more money. It's like you're taking away from family time.
That is true.
It's just, I hate to say it, it's true.
Yeah.
Unless they suck. Then their kids are going hungry.
Dude, you know what I just crossed my mind for the first time? Like, we're going to have kids one day, God willing.
Yeah.
And, like, what if they, like, don't like cameras?
The podcast?
That too.
Well, they probably aren't going to like the podcast. That's just kind of a given.
Nah.
Because, like, Rhett and Link's kids don't really watch his
My
show.
kid is going to be, like, slave editor, bro. Just, like, get on the laptop.
Reels!
Make them now.
Make some reels! Hurry up!
No, but I think I don't know. I do think it's going to be interesting because, I mean, you probably agree with this already about college. The way I'll talk to my kids, like, hey, find a skill you're really good at and just go to work. Like, you don't necessarily need.
But the thing is, that's a lot of pressure on a kid.
No, yeah. Obviously, like, I want to give them the opportunity to, but, like, at the end of the day.
I think the worst thing that my dad taught me was, like, don't be a quitter. Because the
worst thing he taught me?
Because the way that he put it into my life was, he didn't give me a time to quit. So, like, that might be the thing that we have to teach our kids. And I'm not saying he did a bad job. I'm just saying it didn't come into practice, or it wasn't, like, accepted as that. So there has to be a time where you allow yourself to quit doing something. So where's the line of, like, oh, you're a quitter versus, oh, like,
never give up.
Never give up. Because for us, it was like, okay, well, if we quit before 7 episodes, we quit and we're failures.
Yeah.
But if we quit in if we quit in like 2 years or 1 year,
I don't think it's going to quit.
Well, we're not going to quit at this point. But, like, think about it. Like, if we got 2 months into the podcast, great, we can quit then.
I don't think so.
Like, last year, what if the podcast had been going horribly and we hated it and we didn't enjoy hanging out?
Maybe.
And it wasn't sustainable.
I would say, like, yes, set a goal until you reach it and then evaluate. But, like, I just say, like, with my 299 days, like, for, like, the first, like, 50 days, like, nothing happened, you know?
Right. Okay, fair.
And so
like, what advice would you give to people who are like, oh, well, should I keep
do
going
get what
or
you're
should
saying.
I
'Cause I
quit?
think what you're saying is, like, okay, great. You're a sophomore in high school.
Well, what I'm pulling
You're
from
still
is
on the
like
bench on the basketball team.
Little League baseball.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
You're never going to make the NBA. Let's pivot into something you might actually be good at.
That is a good thing, because it's like sunk cost fallacy of like, oh, do I suck so bad that I need to waste my life doing this?
Like, that was my story. Like, I was playing basketball, and I was like, I was just good enough to make the A team, but not good enough to play. Like, to the point where, like, you'd rather be on the B team and play.
Yeah.
And so it's like, it sucked. And I was also, like, had super bad anger problems. And then finally, I hit a kid too hard, and they kicked me out of the league. And then I started photography, and, like, here I am. So
That's really the origin story?
yeah. Well, I literally was.
Dang.
Because basically when I played basketball, I was good at like two things: defense and like talking trash, like,
Hitting people or
getting into
talking
the heads.
trash? Yeah.
So coach would literally put me in, and my only job was like I couldn't shoot. Just
Granted,
guard-
this is a private Christian school organization.
Yeah.
So
like literally my only job was guard their best player and just get in his head. And so like I would like just say like absolutely foul things. Like I'd hit him, like I'd elbow him in the nuts under the basket. You know, it's like get him angry. And then finally, I think he like swung at me, and then he went up for like a layup, and then like foul him. So like I like hit him so hard, like he hit him in the bleachers, hit his head in the bleachers, and was bleeding. Had to go to the hospital, and then they like my parents were like you like can't play anymore. And coach was like you can't play anymore. And I was like, well, now what am I gonna do?
you're a horrible person.
And then I joined theater and started photography.
Then yeah, I was about to say something that's not
But
nice.
yeah, I mean that was a time. I still love basketball though. I'd get back out there.
Dude, you should come play at the court by my house. We can. I forget you like basketball. Because remember that one time we played basketball and it was so hot?
Yeah.
Then we ended up hitting golf balls with a baseball bat.
Yeah.
That's a good time. Okay, not to be a bad influence, but if you're a kid who lives out in the country, you have nothing to do, go to your local thrift store, buy a bag of golf balls, buy a baseball bat that some kid gave up on his little league dreams,
And nail those.
and
things.
go start hitting bombs. Like, you bounce those things one time and just bounce them on some concrete, and just absolutely whack them with a baseball bat. You'll never see the balls again, but it's a good time.
Yeah.
So,
All right, we've got to crank some of these out. We've done one.
yeah, we're almost at an hour, too. We're at 46
It's gonna be
minutes.
a longer one.
I wonder if dinner's ready. Okay, let's do this.
90% of anamorphic shooters don't need to be shooting anamorphic.
Ding, ding, ding. Bruh, I cut my anamorphic footage into vertical reels.
Yeah, we do. But it's just fun, man. Let us live. Like,
yeah.
I do think, like, yeah, is that true? Probably.
You know what I'm really glad hasn't happened? It's not a trend. It really is not a
I
trend.
think it kind of is becoming one. But I think we were early to it, and so we don't want to admit that it is, but it's definitely becoming one.
I have not seen much anamorphic content at all. Compared to the Carnival stuff, compared to the FX3, compared to, like, everything else, Fuji.
People been commenting, like, this is the first time I've ever seen this video, so obviously it's not a trend. And I'm not even responding. It's like, just,
Bruh, get off. You're not on your phone enough.
okay, Patrick Starr, like, come on.
Lives under a rock. I got it.
No, I didn't even mean it like that.
That's
I'm
what-
kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh, okay. I was like, you're crazy.
Okay. Sorry, guys. We're not talking about Sigma anymore. It's too many. Like
What the
we can get a Sigma reel in like every other week. It's
So
just too
on the way
repetitive.
to marriage counseling, there's a road called Sigma Road that I pass all the time.
Come on. Oh, this is interesting. Gimbals have made us not. How do I say this? People use gimbals when they should be using tripods.
Yeah, dude, you changed my life with what Casey Neistat said. 9 out of 10 shots need to be locked off. That literally changed my life. Like, I've never had so many people come up to me and be like, "That looked like a movie."
I really do think like locking off your shots is such like
It's
why
a-
did we stop doing it?
It's a flex.
Yeah.
It is a flex because it's like, okay, you had time on a high-end shoot, on a fast-moving shoot, on a recap video where you're on location turning around the edit to lock off your shots. That is so impressive. Like, there's a reason that videos do better when it's like, okay, set the tripod down, run away from the camera.
Yeah.
In the shot, run back.
I do
Get your
think that
camera.
is like
That's
like,
a
if
lost
you wanna
art.
call it, like influencer videography, where it's like you're shooting yourself. That is such like a hard skill to learn. But
It
like,
is.
It will
I
pay off.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
I'm so bad.
I haven't really tried it, but like I'm sure it would take me forever.
It's exhausting.
Because especially when you think about like focus, I wouldn't trust autofocus. Oh, I guess you
The-
have to sometimes.
The
but-
rise of the Octobuddy might be the greatest thing to ever happen for locked off filming. Do you know what an Octobuddy is?
No.
It's that thing that girls have where they can stick it on
Oh
a
my
window.
gosh. Yes,
But
yes,
dude,
yes.
I mean, if a white girl's doing better TikToking than you, like, come on, a white girl's locking off more shots than you in her moisturizer video. Like, come on, you know?
Yeah. All right, we're gonna speedrun these. People brag about their 8K and never deliver an 8K.
Dude, that is grinding my gears recently. Why are you guys shooting such high resolutions and then exporting in HD? Like, I understand file size. Oh, my file size. Dude, who cares? Everyone has 1 terabyte on their iPhone now. You know, like, everyone's paying that $5 billion for iCloud every year.
I don't know if I just like don't see a reason to ever deliver 8K unless like specifically they need it.
I deliver stuff for LED walls in 6K.
Okay,
consistently.
but like that's valid. But like if
But
you're
the
just delivering
dude,
a video,
the LED wall, hear me out. The LED wall is not even 4K, and I'm still delivering in 6K because when it downsamples, it looks better.
yeah, that makes sense.
That's all.
There is no winner to the 35 millimeter versus 50 millimeter debate.
There's not.
I think no. Obviously, the nifty 50.
I'll go
wins.
back and forth for the rest of my life. 50 millimeters goated because it doesn't elongate your body when you take full size.
50 millimeters goated because it's so cheap and affordable.
Yeah, well,
35 is the step up.
Okay, honestly, there's not a whole lot of an argument there. There is an argument because the 50 millimeter is so cheap, but the 35 millimeter, there's so many affordable options now.
Is it possible to make like a 50 millimeter version of any lens like that's just cheaper like that?
Just that cheap. I don't know how they do it, honestly.
It's because the glass. No, it's probably not because the glass is like tiny for that. I feel like.
Okay, fair. I really don't know.
I honestly don't know how that
So
works.
my main thing is the 35 millimeter. When no one really understands how to shoot desirable full length body portraits on a 35 millimeter. Your average person can't do that. It's difficult because it's elongating your body in a weird way, whereas the 50 millimeter doesn't do that. So like that's why I'm kind of like Team 50 all the way. But then also I shot a 4-hour shoot yesterday entirely on this 35, which granted is like a 28 because it's anamorphic. But I mean, come on. I'm nerding out so hard today, dude. The amount of words coming out of my mouth.
I would rather have a $3,000 lens than a $700 camera than a $700 lens with a $3,000 camera.
Yeah, dude. I saw a dude buy an FX3, put a freaking Tamron like variable aperture lens on it, and I made fun of him to his face. I was like, dude, are you serious? And he was like, what? I'm poor. I was like, yeah, you're an editor, but like, why did you buy this camera with a Tamron lens on it? Like, why would you not buy like an A7C or whatever and put like a better lens on it? You know, because the A7C is kind of cracked.
Yeah, it is. This is an insanely accurate comment.
Okay.
Like it actually like shook me to my bones. Like I felt this in my bones.
Let's hear it.
I never thought about it. The film look is 80% sound design, not grain.
Dude, you're so right.
That's like so true.
You're so right. Just think about it. If you add film grain with no sound design to the film grain, everyone's gonna be like,
"What are you doing?
What does it look like that?" You know?
Yeah.
I will say I found this LUT or not a LUT, a preset, and I tweaked it a bunch, bro. It's like a film preset. Looks nice.
Yeah.
Looks real nice.
C-stands are just gate-kept tripods.
No, everyone needs a C-stand.
I feel like
I don't think it's gate kept. I think not enough people are knowledgeable of it.
I know. I don't think not enough people tell you to get one.
That's true. It's not that it's gatekeeping. It's that the people who have them, it's so second nature now that they never talk about it.
Yeah.
But also, okay, hear me out. I don't know. I don't know if I agree with what I'm about to say, but like, is an expensive tripod worth it?
No.
Why? Because some people will argue that
I will say
is.
it depends on the use case. But for the average, like, and by average, I mean like, no, yeah, average photographer, like, no.
Average photographer, definitely not.
Yeah. But for a videographer, I don't know. Because like,
define expensive.
over
$300.
$300.
For sure that.
Yeah.
I was going to say over $100.
I think a $200 tripod is justified.
I agree.
But like, it really depends because like broadcast tripods.
There's people spending $700 on those Flowtech or whatever tripods that go up and down.
Which like are cool, but like also I don't need that. I'm okay doing the extra work.
It's also like, yeah, dude.
Like,
takes just as long for me to set that up.
If it's gonna as long as it supports my camera's weight and I'm confident in it, I'm gonna be okay.
Yeah, I will say the first time that I've ever been unconfident in this tripod is I've been mounting it to my camera cage instead of. I haven't bought the Nicey Rig base plate yet for this camera, because it is like $40. I you know, like cash is hard to come by. I don't know. I'm in my wedding season, so I've been kind of scrounging my pennies.
Yeah.
So I haven't bought it, and it is a little finicky. But I will say, having the Arca switch changed my life, straight up.
It is nice.
Okay, we got time
Nobody actually cares what camera you use except other insecure shooters.
I'm an insecure shooter.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I just always care what people camera are using.
Like, but also at the end of the day, it's not like I'm gonna be like, no, that's not true. Yeah, I am like, oh my gosh, can you believe that?
You make fun of people all the time.
But like, yeah, I do think like when you're stuck, I used to be so insecure about carrying my T7i into concert venues when people had like killer
R5s,
cameras.
yeah.
Yeah, and then you also have to realize that like, I'm not trying to like, hype myself up, but like there came a point where like I like what. You just have to be confident in your own work because at the end of the day, I was like, I would look at the stuff they were posting, the stuff I was posting, and I was like, subjectively, I like my work way better than I like theirs, and I'm shooting on a T7i.
Yeah, I will say, so one thing that is a big issue is I think not enough people play to the strengths of their camera. Like, you need to research your camera, and honestly, every camera has its use case. And if you need a low light beast, dude, don't go buying out some fancy camera. Buy like a super low megapixel camera, because then you get results like the FX3 where it's like, okay, you can shoot at insane ISOs and not worry. Like, you can shoot at 12,800, not worry about grain. So I think more people need to know their camera's dynamic range, know the limitations, and then adjust to that. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, that's how you're going to get good images no matter what. I also have one more thing that's super sad. So, Ari, like the camera brand, they're looking at selling.
To who?
Dude, I don't know. But they're down bad right now. And it's depressing.
Wow, they're the goats.
Because they don't sell that
To
much.
consumer, yeah. It's just like
They don't sell that many cameras.
yeah.
Because they're also not getting Netflix approved over and over and over again. And apparently that's all people care about now. That's hurting my heart.
Yeah.
Because that means...
You think the other camera brands like lobbied Netflix? They were like, don't approve.
Well, dude, like, that means that Red and Blackmagic are going to become the new standards. Which is so sad.
No, someone will buy them and then they'll use all that technology.
But the whole point of Ari is that they are
Ari.
German engineering, like, the most reliable possible. Not that they're some hip, fancy brand.
Yeah. That is sad.
It makes me sad. It hurts my heart. Anyways.
If you're still using LUTs from 2016, we can tell.
Dude, honestly, dude, I caught myself editing a wedding, and I was like, dang, dude, low-key, my LUTs look like they're from 2015 right now. Like, it was bad.
2015 was a good time.
Not for photos. That was when Instagram was like doo-doo.
No, but it was a good time.
But that was the only time Instagram was good for photographers.
Yeah.
All right, dude, we got to wrap this up.
All right, last one. Well, I thought I had one more, but I might have been capping.
Dude, I'm just so tired. Hurry up.
Mm-mm.
We have not had dinner yet, and it's so late. What is it, 8:30? Luke, Morgan's going to be starving.
Dang, these are... I'm not sure I agree.
We might just got to end the episode, bro.
I don't think I agree with him. Like, I didn't deserve to get on the air.
No one made it. Okay, guys. Well, I'm literally about to pass out because I haven't eaten in hours. So we're going to end the episode here. But thanks for watching. Bye-bye.